to do like mobile only, Facebook newsfeed, and then you can start testing different placements from there. But to start, this is your first time doing a campaign, it is best to do automatic placements. But for anybody that's currently running campaigns, check out that video in Commission Hero.
Yep. Somebody asked, why do we have lookalike 1% in there twice? Well, because we're targeting Canada 1% and US 1%. So if you have, you know, Canada and US, you should have Canada and US in your locations, okay?
Somebody said, do you turn off detailed targeting here? You don't have to worry about that for the detailed targeting expansion because you're running lookalikes. If you're doing interest, that's when you want to turn that on or off. That's when it will matter.
Yep, and Daniel said, why 3? So guys, the time has nothing to do in terms of the scheduling. Where's the scheduling? Right here. Yeah, this has nothing to do with if you're in a different time zone, right? So it's based on your ad account time zone, right? So, you know, everybody should just be doing 3 a.m. their ad account, okay? Because it'll do your ad account time zone, okay? And why 3 a.m.? Because it's the because Robbie told us to and it works. But in all seriousness, I think because it's just the very start of the day, okay? It's the very start of the day. That's where your ads are just going to optimize the best. So definitely recommend that, okay? Okay, cool. So let's keep moving along here, guys. That's the ad set level, all right? And now we get to the ad level, okay? And so here, this is where we're building everything that people are gonna physically see with their eyes, right? With their actual eyes, what they see on Facebook. And so the first part is the identity here, Facebook page. Your Facebook page is already gonna be selected, okay? And then you can go ahead and go down here. We run single image or videos, okay? Now we get to our ad creative, right? So first things first is we have to add media. We have to add our ad creative, okay? And so we're gonna go ahead and add our ad image in. For this example, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab one from the ad library, okay? So I'll just download this one here, okay? And this will be my first one. And I'll go ahead and add image and upload. And there is the ad. And open. All right, and we'll hit next here. Okay, don't worry about any of this stuff, just so I hit done. Okay, and now we start to see our preview a little bit over on the right side, okay, which is cool. So we just added our first ad in, first ad image, and we'll keep going down here. Now we get to our primary text, okay? This is the primary text of your ad. It appears on most placements, and this is the body copy, okay? So we have our primary text and our headline. So for this example, I'm just grabbing from the $1 million copy. Okay, so I'm just grabbing this here. You guys shouldn't be using this exact copy. This is just an example. Okay, so we're grabbing this here and we're going to paste it in. Paste. Okay, there we go. Cool. And then the next thing is the headline. Okay, so we get to the headline. I'm going to go to my copy and grab this headline here. Okay, copy, paste. Perfect. Description, we usually just leave this blank. It's optional. We don't usually put anything in there. And the destination is the website. Okay, guys, so right here, this is your landing page link. Okay, so this is the exact link that you want to use. I'm sorry, this is the, when you created your landing page on ClickFunnels or Bucket, this is the exact link that you want to put right in here, okay? And so I totally forgot to grab mine, so I'm just gonna do commently.com for right now. But guys, make sure you paste your exact landing page link in right here, and then you want to hit preview URL, and that will actually open to the link of your landing page, okay? And so you want to make sure that link goes, when you hit preview, it opens up and it works. If it doesn't work, then that means that your link is not working and you need to check in ClickFunnels or Bucket, whatever you use for that. Okay, really important. All right, and then the rest, guys, is good to go. You don't need anything else other than that set up, and you'll get a little bit of a cool sort of preview right here, right? So a little bit of a preview of how your ad looks, and there you go. Okay, so that's how you.
Couple of questions. Yep. Let's. So somebody asked about the website URL and the UTM URL parameters, right? So Yeah, guys, if you are going to use Cometly or, and you set up your account after watching the training, they'll go getting started guide will show you A to Z how to get that set up, how to use the URL parameters. If you are going to use like tracking sheets, you can use those as well. There's a lot of training for that inside Commission Hero. So whatever way you're doing that, just search the portal and you'll find that there. But we're not going to go too deep into that right now. You guys can go through that after. There's tons of resources. If you are using Cometly, I have a couple of people here asking questions about it. There's tons of stuff on that inside the help center. Perfect. Cool. Let's answer a couple of questions, Grant, before we move on and show them the interest.
Okay, cool. So let's see here. Website link question mark. Yep, that's your landing page link. Can you shoot a shortened version? Don't recommend it. Put your whole link in. Anytime you bring link shorteners into the equation, that's a whole other variable for breakage and potential not to, for your traffic to break.
Let's see.
All language, yeah. So all language, just because Facebook's going to optimize your language anyway based on what your text is written in. If it's written in English, they're not going to push it to people that aren't in English.
Somebody said, why is LAA 1% in there twice? Well, it's because we're targeting two countries, right? So we're targeting United States and Canada. And so we want to, because of that, we want to have both lists in there for US and Canada. Do you choose location of people living in this location, or does it matter? It really doesn't matter. I think it's just a preference thing. We've tested both, haven't really got much data back from it. People living in this location is fine.
Yeah, I agree. Ross said, always learn more button. Yes, really, really good question, Ross. And I actually forget about call to actions because we've just so defaulted to learn more, but this is something that we've tested, and learn more by far does work the best, okay? The call to action button, the CTA, you really just want to keep it as learn more. You don't want it to sort of distract people. You have to have one in there, or no button, but we use learn more and it works the best.
Dan said, should we add a I'm sorry. Okay, so the question is basically asking, should we have like a UTM filled in? And no, so even if you guys are going to use URL parameters, you want to put it at the end of the website URL. That's the best for tracking. You don't want to put it in the tracking section below. So Grant, show them that real quick. Just for everybody here that's going to be using that, you want to make sure you're not putting that in and you're putting it at the end of the URL.
Yeah, guys, UTM parameters are a little bit more on the advanced side. So there's other training on that. We're just going to keep it simple for today. But yeah, so don't worry about UTM parameters on this training. It's available in the group and in other places. This is we're just going to keep it pretty general today, okay? So what about using more than one image? Yeah, no, we're actually going to get to that. We're going to build another ad in this ad set. Remember the structure, and then we'll show you how to do that, okay? All right, perfect. Getting a lot of the same questions here, guys. So pay attention if we're answering questions, okay? All right, cool. So yeah, then we're going to go back to our structure, right? Because now we have a 1-1-1 setup. We have one campaign, one ad set, and one ad, right? And if we go back to our structure, we're going to create one campaign, 6 ad sets, and then 2 ads inside each ad set, right? Now, the quickest way to actually do this, guys, is literally inside the ads manager. You can just hit this 3-dot button on the ad level, and we can just hit duplicate. Okay, so we just duplicate the ad. Okay, and now we have add 1 copy. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the top and just do add 2. Add 2 right there. So now we have one campaign, one ad set, add 1, add 2. Okay, and then I'm going to put in my information for add 2. So we'll just go hit edit. We already did this. Okay, we're going to go upload. I'm going to grab just another image from the library. So let's grab this one. All right, upload. And there's the other one. Okay, next. And done. Okay, so we have our other image in there, and we'll do our add 2, and we'll go to copy, and we'll get our add 2 copy. Go ahead and copy this. Once again, we're just using this as an example. Clear this out and paste. And headline number 2, and copy and paste. Okay, so yeah, that's literally what your structure should be for your first launch here, guys. Okay, so one campaign, one ad set, and then both of these ads inside the ad set. Okay, and once again, the URL is going to be the same, so we don't need to change that. And you should be good to go for those 2 ads. Okay, so then once again, if we jump back to the structure, we just did one ad set there. Okay, so that's one ad set, and this is good to go. Okay, so then we're going to create ad set 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now what we recommend is you do keep these same ads, okay, in the ads inside the ad set, so those ads are actually going to stay constant. Okay, and so it actually gets really easy from here. Okay, because now that we've completed our sort of original structure, what we can do now is just create the other ad sets, knowing that the ad level is just going to stay constant. All right, so it's just nothing's changing is what I'm saying. Nothing's changing on the ad level here. Okay, so we'll just go to the ad set level now, and we'll go ahead and hit duplicate. Okay, and original campaign, none of this changes, and we hit duplicate. Okay, now what do we have? We have ad set 1 copy. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to change this to ad set 2, and we're going to go to our structure actually, and we'll copy it. Okay, so copy ad set 2. Okay, so copy ads manager, change this name to and paste it. So now we have ad set 2 lookalike 1 to 2%, and now we need to edit this information. Okay, so we know that this is ad set 2 and we want to do 1 to 2%. So we scroll down, all this stuff is already there. Daily budget's already there. Schedule date's already there because we duplicated it. All we got to do is change this information out, right? So 1%, remove it. Okay, and we go 1 to 2%, and we go 1 to 2%. Okay, and then once again, like the reason I love doing this is because it's so quick. We just duped ad set 1, made ad set, changed the name on ad set 2, and then changed the targeting on it. Say 1 to 2%, 1 to 2%. We're not changing our locations. We're not changing the ages, the gender, like all this stuff just stays the same. Okay, and then if we go into the ad level of ad set 2, once again, guys, this all just stays the same. Okay, stays the same on ad set 1 or ad 1 and also on ad 2. Okay, so super, super simple there. All right, cool. And then once again, we'll finish these out and then we'll go into questions. Okay, so this was ad set 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and dupe this again. Okay, go back to my structure. You guys will go back to your document. We're done ad set 2. Let's copy ad set 3. And come in here and paste it. And now this is ad set 3 and we're doing 2 to 5%, okay? So we're gonna go down, everything stays the same. Get rid of this. 2 to 5, 2 to 5. That was 2 to 5 Canada, this is 2 to 5 US. Everything stays the same. Quickly duplicate.
And now we'll go into the interest.
Yes, sir. Okay, you're done at set 3, and then just as Matt mentioned, this is where we're going to get into the interest.
It's super important. You want to make sure that you're never combining lookalike audiences and interest. Always keep them separate ad sets.
Yeah, I completely agree, guys. We've tested that. Matt and I have tested that many times. We've talked to Robbie about that. It's just mixing interest and lookalikes. We'll literally show you what we mean, right? So this is the interest audience. Okay, so this is what we're talking about, right? We come down here. Delete these lookalikes out, okay? And now what you do is this section here called detailed targeting, go edit, and now this is where you have to get a little bit creative, okay? So there's a lot of different things that come into play when you search for different interests, but honestly, like our #1 tip for this is keep it simple and keep it fairly broad, okay? So once again, this is sort of going into the health space. So what we like to do is start with something really big and then use the suggestions tool here. So for example, if we type in health and wellness, Okay, and we just, health and wellness or fitness and wellness interest. We'll click that, get off it. Now use the suggestions tool. And then when we click this, we see all these different things down here, right? And so these are all different interests that we can target, right? So diet food, if I put my mouse over here, the description, people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to diet food. Now, guys, once again, the offer that we're promoting here is like a health and wellness offer. So if we select this diet food and we're targeting people on Facebook that have an interest or an affinity, a relevance to diet food, do you think that this health and wellness offer would be a good ad to show them? The answer is yes, absolutely, right? Of course. So it's like, that's the type of thing. And then you can keep using the suggestions tool down here to find different types of interests, okay? Now, Matt, what do you recommend? I was gonna say, what do you recommend? What do you think we usually do in terms of like how many interests we put in and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I mean, what we like to do is basically have groups, so interest groups. So think about it. If you're running a weight loss offer, what would pertain to somebody, in an interest that needs to, wants to lose weight, right? So we want to display ads to the correct people. So what Grant and I have done in the past is, we'll make a group, for instance, like targeting like ice creams. Ice cream would be the name of the group, and then we'll target different interests under ice cream. Or just think of like, for weight loss, like bad habits, right? Smoking can be one of them. And then you target different interests under that group. So I'd probably say like what, Grant, between like 5 and 8. It really, really depends. I mean, we tested a lot of different stuff. We don't have definitive numbers, but like I'd probably say between 5 and 8, right?
I totally agree. Yeah, between 5 and 8. And guys, what Matt's talking about is super, super important. I definitely want to reiterate that. So what we like to do is different types of groups, right? So sometimes instead of just putting interests, we can do like Matt mentioned, like ice cream brands, right? And we just write that description out so we know that this ad set is targeting ice cream brands. And then what we come down here and we'll just type in like like Ben and Jerry, right? And then they should be in here, I think. Ben and Jerry's. Are they in here? I'm not Jerry's. Maybe not. Okay.
Type like ice cream, and then it should like Haagen-Dazs will show up. Yeah.
Call ice
So
cream.
yeah, same thing. Select ice cream, right? Go to suggestions. Here we go. So now you can look. Haagen-Dazs is there. Ben and Jerry's, Magnum, Gelato, Krispy Kreme. I mean, these are all great, right? Baskin Robbins. So this is what we're talking about. So the name of the ad set will be ice cream brands. Then you're going to put a bunch of different ice cream brands under it between 5 and 8. Now this is great. I mean, even if you're not in weight loss, think about your offer, and then think about different interest groups, or take one group, and then you can get a bunch of different interests under it of something that's pertaining to your offer of people within your audience.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And so once again, like that's a good thing to do. And then, like once again, another one would be like weight loss, like magazines, right? And you can, find different weight loss magazines and then put those in an interest group, right? So overall, guys, like we're just going to keep this broad now and just do interests, but you can see where you can get creative with this and create different interests. Okay. And so that's really what we recommend for the interest targeting. Okay, now once again, really, really important. Don't try and combine lookalikes, right? So we have a bunch of interests in here in the detailed targeting section, and then we could still what's called layer. We could layer these audiences, 1% lookalike and 1% lookalike. We could layer these on top of interest. We have tested this so that you guys don't have to, and it doesn't really work that well. Now, at least in this time period, right? Things change on Facebook, updates happen, and maybe this is something that would work in the future, but for our current campaigns, we don't recommend you guys do that, so just steer clear. Okay. So awesome. I think that let's check our structure. We have, if I zoom out, if I clear, I don't even need to. We have one campaign here. We have ad set 1, we have ad set 2, 3, and 4. We have 2 ads inside each of the ad sets. Let's go back to our structure. We have 1 campaign. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 ad sets, and we have 2 ads inside each of the ad sets. Guys, we are done our build, okay? So we can close out of this. What I like to do is just kind of zoom fully out of the ads manager, go back in, here's my campaign, click into it. Okay, cool. I got, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got all 4 ad sets. And then if I go to the ad level, I should see 8 ads. Awesome, perfect. I got 8 ads. That should be my exact setup. And now we are ready to go. We are ready to hit review and publish. Okay, so that's the next thing is you go ahead and hit review and publish, and you hit publish. And these changes are going to publish in the ads manager. Okay, so we'll go ahead and publish these. Okay, cool. So they go into schedule. All right, at the ad level, you should see in review. That's totally normal. And now, guys, it's scheduled. Once they get approved, you'll get like an email to the account that's on here, or you'll be able to come into the ads manager, refresh, and you'll see they say like scheduled or approved, and that's how you know they are ready to go live. But it's really that simple, guys. So, if you're watching this replay, congratulations on launching. We're super, super pumped for you, excited. I know this may be a little bit, confusing the first time around, but trust me, watch the replay a couple times, ask us questions, and you guys will be on top of this in no time, all right? So what we'll do now, guys, is we'll just quickly review what your homework is, and then we'll, of course, dive into Q&A and make sure we take all the time to go over the questions, all right? So once again, guys, the homework is 1, set up your tracking. Okay, cool. If you're going to use Cometly, go ahead and get that special offer. Go to cometly.com/8week. Cometly.com/8week. Get started there. The next thing is create your audiences like we showed you today, the lookalikes and the interests. Plan out your campaign launch structure, and then launch your first conversion campaign, right? Build it and let that thing fly, all right? And then next week is big. It's week 7. That's where we're going to be analyzing and reviewing what are called KPIs, key performance indicators. That's where we're going to be reviewing the data we get back from the actual ad campaign. All right. So guys, now what we'll do is we'll fully open it up for questions. All right. I know we covered a lot of things today. We got really, really into the weeds. And so I hope you guys are still with us. But let's dive into some of these questions and make sure we get you guys where you need to be.
Man, that was awesome, guys. By the way, that was great. I mean, that was awesome. I kind of was hiding in the background here because I knew you had so much to cover. But yeah, that was awesome. Good stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie. Awesome stuff, guys. So yeah, let the questions fly, and hopefully we'll be able to help you out.
Yeah. Somebody asked about your link and said, yeah, you had cometly.com in the link. So yeah, Grant, it's a good reminder. You should go turn those ads off. Because they're not going to get
Yeah, people are going to be confused. Yes, I just use cometly.com, guys, just because I forgot to grab my link or my landing page link. But of course, as I said 3 different times, definitely use your landing link. If you want to put cometly.com in there, go ahead. But use your landing page.
I love it.
All right, let's go back. We got a bunch of questions here. Let's see. Multiple ad sets with the same ad creative and copy won't get flagged. Nope. That's fine. You can have the same creative and copy. The reason we have multiple ad sets, guys, is because we're testing different targeting audiences, right? So we're testing different lookalike audiences or different interests, right? So that's why we have that. Does an ad endpoint to the same landing page or different landing page for each ad? Nope. You can keep the same landing page for every ad. That's totally fine, and you want to have one domain, one landing page per ad account.
Yeah, totally agree. How long should the conversion campaign run? Well, that's a great question, Daniel. We're going to be going over the stats on the next call, but ideally what you really want to focus on is letting it run, at least 3 to 4 days, okay? And if it runs for 3 to 4 days, you're spending, $25 a day on each ad set. If you don't get any sales, then you can go ahead and turn them off, but you really want to give them at least 3 to 4 days to run, see if you get sales. And then next week, we're going to be diving deep into the analytics and talking to you about the rules, when you should, turn things off, when you should be putting more budget in, all that type of stuff.
Let's see here. Kirsten says, how many different ads should we start with? We made 5, but is that too many to start with?
No, I don't think so. I think that's totally fine. I mean, honestly, what we recommend is starting with at least 4. Okay, so if you have 4 ad sets, just make sure you put obviously 1 ad inside each of the ad sets, right? You have to have at least 1 in there. So you should be totally fine with that. 4 or 5.
Nice. Let's see. Clifford is asking, hey Grant and Matt, do I understand the budget as $25 times 4 equals $100 daily?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So pretty much started with $25 with 4 ad sets. That's $100 a day. But once again, Clifford, like if your budget isn't capable of doing that, then that's totally fine. You can start with like 10 or 20 bucks per ad set. But honestly, the truth is if you've done your homework up until now and you've really put a lot of time and energy and effort into your ads, yeah, you're going to be spending $100 and you're probably going to be making more than $100. So that's the situation there.
Absolutely. Let's see what else we got here. And by the way, like I know that Grant and Matt kind of touched on it a little bit, but yeah, Cometly is unbelievably awesome. I know they're pretty humble in what they put together, but they really did an amazing job with this software, because it's not just the iOS stuff and setting up your pixel, but just from a tracking standpoint, from a data standpoint, I mean, it just really saves you a ton of time and effort, because like you guys know, like in the Commission Hero Pro, we get access to these spreadsheets, which are fine, but the problem is a lot of times the spreadsheets, we don't end up filling out the information on the spreadsheets, and we don't end up collecting that data, and it's easy to make mistakes. But the nice thing about Cometly is you have the ability to have that data populate automatically, which saves you time, and you make better decisions as well, which is really cool as well. Let's see here. Yeah, the link, if you're asking there too, Jamie, it's cometly.com/8 weeks. Okay, to get in there. I'll post that link in the chat once again. Let's see here. Where do I go to review all previous week's lessons? Yeah, so once again, make sure you go into your members area. That's where that will be, and you should be able to find that there. David says, did you say each ad has different landing page URLs? The answer is no. So it'll be the same landing page URL for your campaign, but what you're going to do is you're going to be able to have a different UTM or tracking code, or if you're going to use Cometly, for example, you're in a good spot there. Yeah. All right, let's see.
Cool. See, somebody was asking if they can see what Cometly looks like. Grant, you want to go to the website and show a couple things?
Yeah, no, totally, guys. So let me jump over here.
The cool thing about this, guys, is that like we're using that analogy earlier, right? You're going to be in a position where you can see everything. Great, go to the features page. We'll show them a couple things. Cool. I mean, guys, look, it kind of looks like Ads Manager, right? So the good thing here, though, is that you sync up your ClickBank account and you integrate your Facebook ads account and set up the tracking, and then you can see all this important metrics here, right? You can see your amount spent, see your purchases, your gross revenue, net profit. So imagine like Ads Manager, but you have all of your sales data in here too, so you can get all these important metrics. So yeah, this is great. Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah, let's see. Someone's asking, does Cometly work with ClickFunnels and other platforms as well?
Yeah, so right now it just integrates with ClickBank. As far as the actual sales channel integration, it's just ClickBank. But as for your ClickFunnels landing page for all Commission Hero purposes, that is exactly what Cometly works with. It works perfectly in tandem with ClickFunnels.
Cool. Yeah, this is great. And then we can show them, if you go to the homepage, right, we can show them the ad set page too, which is awesome. And that's the most important thing we talk about all the time. Really, the main thing here, guys, you want to have as many profitable ad sets as possible. And we're going to be covering that a lot in the future trainings. But let's see, if we scroll down here, should go up, go up a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Up, down, right below that. Perfect, right there. And do the ad set reporting. So, guys, you can see all of your profitable ad sets, right? I mean, that's the name of the game here. The more